The Brno circuit didn't wake up today. It got slapped awake by thunder, by rain, by something darker in the air. The kind of storm that doesn't just soak tarmac, it soaks history in gasoline and dares someone to light a match. And someone did. His name? Marc Marquez. The red guy, the 8-time world champion, the killer, the conductor of chaos. But let's not rush to the finale. This tale begins under a sky ripped wide open, a sky that didn't just cry, it howled. The kind of rain that doesn't fall, it attacks. Wind howling through the forested hills of the Czech Republic, drops pounding the paddock like a warning shot before war. 20 minutes delayed, the world watched and waited. Not for weather to ease, but for warriors to rise. Act 1. The sky falls, and so do the ones who chase it. Let's be clear, this wasn't practice. It was an audition for the apocalypse. Bezzecchi came out swinging first, trying to tame the aqua beast. His Aprilia slashed through walls of water, surfed puddles like a madman with nothing to lose. 2m07.689s. That's what the clock read before turn 4 spat him off the bike like a joke. The spray swallowed him, and so did the silence. Then came Fabio Quartararo, the quiet French assassin. You know his story. Once the crown prince, now riding a ghost ship called Yamaha. But in the wet, Fabio isn't afraid. 2m05.237s flashed across the monitors. Hope? Maybe, but it was fleeting, because thunder doesn't warn twice. Marc Marquez entered the chat. The visor was down. The shoulders dropped. That body language? Same one from An, Sachsenring, Mugello. That look that says, you're all invited, but this show's mine. 2m04.12, silence. Then 2m03.935s, game over. Nobody else broke the 204 barrier. Nobody even came close. Zarco, who's usually a ghost in the dry, was the only soul who tried to answer back. 2m04.404s. Respectable. But it was a different language, like whispering into a storm, because Marc didn't ride that Ducati today. He possessed it. The bike didn't slide, it floated, it danced on oil, on mud, on chaos. Everyone else was surviving. He was composing poetry with throttle and fear. Return of the Ghost. 7 months. That's how long Jorge Martin was gone. Not just from the grid, from relevance, from headlines, from glory. A shoulder injury, recovery setbacks, questions about Aprilia, whispers about his contract drama, and the quiet reality that MotoGP forgets faster than it forgives. And yet here he was, back on the Aprilia. Not limping, not doubting, flying, 5th fastest in torrential hell. 5th when most would have been happy just to finish. 5th after slicing through rivers with ballet in his fingertips. Jorge Martin didn't just ride today. He returned like a man chasing vengeance, not lap times. All the noise about his exit clause, Aprilia's fury, Dorna's threats, buried under one wet masterpiece. He's going straight to Q2, not because the rain helped him, because he ripped through it. Act 3, the crown that slips Asterbin. And then there's Pecco, 2-time world champion. Ducati's golden boy, the man who was supposed to go toe-to-toe with Marquez this year. Guess what? He's not even toe-to-knee right now. 13th, and that's being generous. He looks like a man searching for answers in puddles. Sachsenring haunted him. Now Brno is straight up choking the breath out of him. Last year, he blamed the bike. This year, the bike is fine. Ask Marc. So what's left? He's broken. Not physically. That'd be easier. He's broken in the only place you can't replace parts, his head. The worst part? It's visible. Every time the camera cuts to his garage, Pecco looks like he's trying to solve an equation he used to know by heart. Ducati believed in him. The factory backed him. He welcomed Marc with open arms. Now he watches Marc turn his garage into a temple of pain. And he's in Q1. Again. Forget 2024. That was a slap. 2025? This is a gut punch. A season he needs to erase from memory, not survive. Act 4. Other warriors, other wounds. Bezzecchi, despite his crash, gritted his way back up to P4. That Aprilia is no longer a joke, it's a blade. And he knows how to wield it. Quartararo held strong in P3, reminding the world that Yamaha still has a heartbeat, even if the engine's flatlining on the dry tracks. Zarco was a quiet bomb, P2, proving once again that wet chaos brings out his inner mercenary. Jack Miller, Enea Bastianini, Joan Mir, they all scrambled into the top 10. Not flashy, but this is war, not theater. You crawl in, you don't pose. Then there was Alex Marquez. He crashed. Hard. Turn 7 tried to end his session. Didn't work. He ran back, hopped on the second bike like a man chasing a debt, put down a single final lap. P9. Championship still alive. And Acosta, the prodigy, the flame, the golden boy. He closed out P10, grabbing the last Q2 ticket like a thief grabbing a key to the kingdom. Act 5. When God rides, everyone else prays. Let's not lie to ourselves. We know who's taking pole tomorrow. We knew the moment he dropped the hammer. We knew the second he turned the most terrifying track condition into a symphony. Marc Marquez doesn't hope for pole. He declares it. And this version of him, this killer on a Ducati, this man who doesn't make mistakes anymore, he's terrifying. This isn't just a resurgence. This isn't just revenge for 2020, 2022. This is dominance refined, polished, weaponized. He isn't just fast, he's flawless. And in wet or dry, he's the one rewriting the rulebook, erasing Pecco's dreams, and mocking the idea of parity. If he bags pole, the sprint, and the race this weekend, that's 37 points. And unless Rossi himself descends from heaven with a pit board and wings, nobody's stopping this man from ending this championship by August. Even if he crashes 5 times after Brno, he could still win the title, because everyone else is scraping for oxygen in a room Marc just locked from the inside. Final verdict. Rain doesn't hide the truth, it reveals it. Brno bared its teeth today. It offered up danger, chaos, and every excuse for failure. But excuses are for mortals. Marquez proved again he's not one. Martin reminded the world why he was once called the fastest man on Saturdays. Quartararo held the flag for the forgotten soldiers. Zarco made quiet war. And Pecco? He drowned. That's not cruelty. That's truth. In this storm-soaked opera of insanity, Marc Marquez didn't just survive, he composed the entire movement. Every corner was a note, every flick of the throttle, a crescendo. Every other rider, background vocals. You want to talk myth? Then talk about this man, in this rain on this day. And if you're looking for lightning, look no further than the red guy, number 93. Burning through Brno like God picked up a pen and wrote his legacy in thunder. He didn't ride the storm. He was the storm. Here's the thing no one wants to say out loud, but deep down they all know it. Marc Marquez was down, not out, not dead, just wounded. And while he was crawling through hell, shoulder torn apart, Honda spinning him into surgery after surgery, there was a power vacuum. The sport needed new names, new headlines, so it gave them. Fabio Quartararo became the Flying Frenchman. Jorge Martin got crowned the Saturday King. Pecco wore the label of Mr. Smooth. They earned it, sure. They rose when Marquez fell, but they rose in a world without its true alpha. They weren't fighting the lion, just the memory of him. And now, the lion's back. With claws sharper than ever, and a new Ducati in his grip that doesn't ask for love, just destruction. The moment Marc Marquez entered the 2025 grid, the panic was immediate. Riders stopped focusing on apexes. Engineers started pulling out sector splits like tarot cards. Mechanics whispered about electronics, setups, swing arms, contracts. Everyone started checking weather forecasts like their lives depended on it. Some are changing parts. Some are changing teams. Marc, he doesn't care. He doesn't want the best electronics, fancy rider aids, or 3 engineers in his ear telling him what map to use. He wants one thing: a bike that fucking goes fast. Everything else? Optional. You think he's running Ducati's latest hybrid of GPS-laced, AI-infused rider assist? Nah. Marc Marquez rides like it's 2010, like it's Moto 2, like it's a back alley knife fight and he's already cut the lights. He's riding that Desmosedici like it's a wild animal. No tamer, just master. You watch him enter turn 5, he's not leaning with the bike, he's interrogating it, telling it where to go, whether it likes it or not. And behind him, there's chaos. Martin's return clause drama with Aprilia. Pecco drowning in Q1. Acosta looking for an opening that doesn't exist. Rossi showing up in interviews, but nowhere near the timesheets. They're all stuck in the other half of the party, where the noise is loud, but the music ain't playing. Marc, he's in the center of the storm. Front row, lights down, full attack mode, Has been since day one of preseason testing, and what he did today in Brno? That's not news. That's Warning Fire 2019. Go watch it. Watch that race and understand who you're dealing with. He's not fast, he's not smooth, he's not elegant, he's inevitable. Tomorrow and Sunday, they're racing for second place. The pole, gone. Trophy, gone. The real prize? Marc already locked it in the garage. Those eyes inside the visor aren't blinking. They're locked in like a sniper who already squeezed the trigger but hasn't seen the body drop yet. You think Jorge Martin's return was special? It was cute. Happy seeing you, Jorge. But Marc Marquez? He's not here to celebrate. He's here to erase. And the countdown's almost over. 12 hours from now, you won't stop him. Better pray the storm breaks, because number 93 won't